Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Eric Sanchez with Rasāyana Living, and I wanted to welcome you to this video series that I created with my friend Timotha Lanae, How to Heal Your Body and Mind, a Personalized Approach. Make sure to stay tuned till the end of the video for two reasons. One, the other half of this video is actually going to be on Timotha's channel, okay? We'll be doing one half on my channel, one half on hers. And two, if you're interested in healing your body, I am a detoxification specialist and iridologist. I coach people one-on-one. So if you're interested in working with me, we'll have an exclusive discount code for those who are watching this series. I hope you enjoy the series. I hope you get something out of it. All of this content came directly from the heart. I'm super excited for you to see it, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
I think the first thing is like getting out of denial about your situation, just realizing, where am I at? And just, it's okay that this is where I am, but just know that this is where I am. Yeah. And then where do you go from there? So taking that time to rest, getting out in nature, doing deep breathing. If you have a rebounder, rebounding, if you're like you talked about, if your body is filtering out time,
if it's the right time for you,
yeah. If you're not super constipated, or and sometimes it can help with constipation, just put that out there. But it's like, you could start slow, start with 5 minutes on the trampoline, the personal rebounder, things like that, and see how you feel. And for me, I do 2 in 1, take my rebounder outside on my deck and jump outside, so that I'm getting the sunlight and fresh air. So these are just different lifestyle things you can do. Find something you love to do. Did you always used to like to cook or to bake? But now you don't, because maybe you are doing all raw right now. Well, then Eric, you have all kinds of raw recipes that are like desserts and things like that. Or if you are still eating cooked foods, maybe there is some really good organic natural recipe. That's something that you could make. If that's relaxing for you, listening to music, dancing, being with people that are not acidic, and having game night, all kinds of things.
Yes.
Spend time reading instead of watching YouTube videos all the time. We want you to watch our series, but watch it to have a time period in the day where, all right, I'm watching certain things right now. I'm taking notes on stuff. I'm going to watch one recreational show, then shut it off, because something about that energy of even just being on electronic devices it sucks energy.
You have to use it to your advantage and set boundaries for yourself through that. I think. Yeah. If I can interject here and say something off what you said about watching our videos, I think committing to this is a great and really important one. So many people have reached out to me, okay, and they are trying. Excuse me. I actually had to stop working with one guy because he was trying so many different types of methodologies of detoxing at the same time, of detoxing or healing, I should say, at the same time. The Dr. Sebi diet, Dr. Morse diet, Arnold Ehret, low-fat raw vegan, high-fat raw vegan. He even considered the carnivore diet. His mind was everywhere at the same exact time. And I had to keep bringing him back and saying, listen, my program is 2 months, right? Like one of my longest, technically 3 months is the longest I go. And then I'll keep coaching people after that. But as far as like, just dedicate yourself for 2 months, 1 month, 1 week, and saying, I'm only going to watch these types of videos for 20 minutes a day. And I'm just going to try this diet, because you can't ever say that something doesn't work if you haven't even given it a long enough chance. So many people, this doesn't work. I tried the raw vegan diet. What did you do? I ate bananas for a week, right? Like that, you're not giving your body enough chance. You probably didn't even eat what you were supposed to be eating. Dedicate yourself to just make it. And this is like, think of this as like giving yourself a break and taking a deep breath and saying, okay, I know there's all these different diets. Every time I see my mind going on, this is what a therapist can help you with. Every time I see my mind drifting off into this other diet that may work, I'll tell myself that after these 30 days, and you can create a checkbox. That's what I did I did a 90-day juice fast. I have a video about that on my page. I checked off every morning. I checked off one box, because just commit to a certain amount of time. The overwhelming feeling can be way too much of thinking I got to do this for the rest of my life. Just say, I'm going to see if it really works. I'm going to give it my all for 30 days. Yes. And if you slip up in those 30 days, that's okay too. You don't want to beat yourself up. Shame is not productive. Shame produces acidity in the body, right? But just say, I'm just going to do nothing but this type for 30 days. Then I'll try this other one. And then maybe after I do this other one, I'll say, okay, the other one made me feel better. And then from going back to the original one, you start to tailor that and go to a little subcategory, even within a raw food diet. There are people that are raw foodists that eat raw animal-based products as well. There are people that are raw foodists that eat a lot of fat. There are people that are low fat. Sometimes me, I'm more like 50-50. Like sometimes I want to have a lot more nuts and seeds. I think that's what has been able to make me stay successful, because I don't shy away from my raw vegan burgers and my raw vegan pizzas. And then sometimes I'll take a week off and juice. Like there's balance, right? A lot of people, they go too hard in one way. So anyways, dedicating like one set amount of time to like one healing methodology or method. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh, you just gave gold right there, because I literally had to put myself on a 40-day fast from watching videos on all these different healing methodologies for what I was dealing with, you know, for the gut. I was like, okay, you're done. Because it was like, and the thing is there's some truth in there's some nugget of truth in almost every healing methodology.
But you're trying to find it all.
But it's like, it doesn't mean that you need to be, first of all, when you try them all at once, then you're kind of canceling stuff out. Yeah. And so you do need to just focus. So when I put myself on a 40-day fast from watching those things, and I literally I just focused on like praying and having God just lead me and doing the things that I knew. And what you said, listening to what was my body responding to. That's really what I just shut it down to that. And I had leaps and bounds of healing, because I wasn't just like, okay, now I got to try this. Oh, I need to order this now. I need to get this. I was all over the place, and I just had to bring it and zero in on just, this is what I'm doing, instead of putting a whole bunch of new methods in my mind. And, oh, maybe I should be doing that. Oh, that sounds good. No, I should. And no, just focus on one thing that's resonating. Like you said, try it, give it a time period, and then move on from there. So
30 days. Well, just do 30 days. 30 days, create a checklist, keep a detox journal, like Timotha was saying, throughout those 30 days. Write the pros, write the cons of how you're feeling. And then 30 days later, if you have different things that you want to try. Some people, they're like, oh, I know this is the truth and this is what I want to do full force. If you're like going back and forth between two different diets, 30 days, 30 days, 30 days, 3 different, 3 months. This is 3 months you're dedicating to just trying things out. Come back at the end of those 3 months, read the pros and cons, and maybe there's going to be a few things that you can implement, or you're going to be able to do your own math because you would have already done the work. So you know what it feels like. But if you're, like Timotha was saying, you're mixing and matching, you're canceling a lot of things out. A lot of diets call for only a certain way of eating. And then if you're eating other things, then you're going to always have that like, wait, but maybe it didn't work because I was adding this, or maybe it worked better. Like, it gets very confusing. It's overwhelming. And that overwhelming feeling creates acidity within the body. And then you cancel out healing altogether.
And that's why the food journal is really important. Because you're able to write down every day. And I have a video on how to keep a food journal properly.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Just like what to put in there. And I actually have a food journal that you can get on Amazon. I'll link to that below as well. But basically you're able to see, oh, when I ate this, I felt like this, because with each meal, you should write kind of how you're feeling at the start and how you feel at the end. How long were you eating? That's some of the stuff that I share in how to keep a food journal, but that's really important. And I just feel like the biggest nugget that I would share also is, as far as for peace of mind and lifestyle, just know that your body, God created your body to be a self-healing machine. And your body has the ability to heal. If you're not all the way far gone, like 1 hour away from death, and even then, who knows? You know what I'm saying? But it's like, in general, people literally on the brink of death, if they begin to think, if they have faith, they can begin to think the right way and start to put the right things in their body and stop putting the wrong things in, they can really reverse and eliminate the things that are causing the, like you say, dis-ease in their body. So just know and have peace in the fact that your spirit is dwelling within a body that has the ability to heal itself, and using natural methods. There's a lot of food, herbs, lifestyle, energy from the people that you're with, all of those things, mindset, can all set
20 minutes. I love that you said the 20 minutes thing that you mentioned.
Yeah, the 20 peaceful.
Put that in the description as well. I think that would be really helpful for people. Even for me, minutes. I love a good guided meditation. Oh,
yes. I'll put the guided deep breathing in there as well. But all of those things, your body can heal. So just rest in that. And then from there on out, just start adding different things to your life that add peace, that add relaxation, and that take away acidity and add alkalinity to the body, as far as the way that you're moving forward throughout your day, how you're approaching problems, how you look at problems.
Yes.
Do you look at them as problems, or you just look at them as something that you just need to work through, as opposed to like, oh, here we go again, another problem.
Yeah.
You know, so it's all about mindset.
Yeah,
Yep.
I love that. And then one thing I also wanted to add is, as far as like being mindful about what you're watching and listening to, I think we've mentioned that a little bit, really, a few times. I wanted to say, what you're feeding your mind will manifest cellularly. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to different artists, you know what I'm saying? But like, if you're listening to something like WAP, like Cardi B, or you're listening to things about depression all the time and things that just are so, instead of saying what they are and being negative, I want to say things that they're not, right? Things that are not uplifting, things that are not stimulating just positivity, right? I love like India Arie, I love Bob Marley, I love, just different artists that make me feel good, right? Like I have a positivity playlist, and I try to be mindful, like when I'm in the car, I play that music, things that like have to do with healing. There's a song that I love. It's called, the name of the song is Healing. I forgot it's a female artist. I think her name is Riley something. It's a beautiful song about just healing emotionally. So being mindful about what you watch and what you listen to. And I actually have a few like little documentaries that I can just really quickly name out for people that have to do with the spiritual aspect of detox, right? Or spirituality in general. That's another thing you can do. Another tip is like watch things, instead of watching so much about your ailments, dedicate every now and then 20 minutes or an hour to watching things about spirituality, like being intentional about that, because again, that's the part that most people neglect, but what they need. So I love, there's a series called The Road to Dharma on Amazon. I think that's a really great one. The Secret, everyone knows The Secret. It's a little bit, I think some people may consider it a little bit played out now, but I think there's definitely some good nuggets in The Secret. There's The Story of God with Morgan Freeman, which is, I think it's on Amazon, but you can just Google The Story of God with Morgan Freeman. He goes to all these various different countries and talks to like religious people and just asks them about their faith. And so it's just beautiful to see people. And a lot of these people are sick, and they're watching people heal just through faith. So I think different things like that. There's a Belief. It's a 7-part series on Amazon, Apple Video, I think, Apple Watch. I forgot what it's called. Apple TV. There you go. It's called Belief, and it's kind of similar to that Morgan Freeman one. So just watch things about like God, about spirituality, about faith. I think that would be it's good to do that. Like fill your mind. I always feel good after watching those videos. I feel like I got something spiritually from this that makes me want to just be more calm and zen, which allows me to make healthier decisions in my detox journey, right? Which then allows you to be successful. So it's again, it's a prerequisite.
Yeah. Absolutely. What you put in your mind. For me, I don't do scary movies anymore. That was even before I started detoxing. My husband and my cousin that I'm real close to, they love scary movies. And I used to watch it with them. And I'd be like, why am I watching this? I just knew it would make me feel just too uptight. So I stopped. For me, I stopped that a long time ago. Then certain TV that I just felt that I would binge watch, that I'm like, why am I watching this? Their relationships are horrendous.
How is it adding value to my life?
Yeah. It's like, I don't really, why do I want to have entertainment from other people's dysfunction? So that was just me. I'm not judging nobody else. Exactly. But for me, I just stopped watching certain things that I just felt like this is not adding anything to me. And so I started replacing it more, like I said, with reading. I tried, and I also want to model that for my daughter. I have a little girl who just turned 4. I want to model reading for her. I want her to see me reading. I don't want to tell her, you go read while I'm on my phone the whole day. I want her to see in my spare time, I'm reading, I'm doing certain things that are, not necessarily of this world now, because now we're all on devices all the time. You go out to restaurants, that's all people are doing. They're at the table together on the device, So it's like, I think it's more important to just be more present. And also you talked about while you're in the car listening to positive music, you can listen to different podcasts that are positive. But what I started doing is I said, you know what, Timotha, turn off everything.
I do that too. Now. Yes.
Let yourself just hear, what is God trying to say to you? You don't always have to put something in. And that's what it's like, and I realized,
oh my God, yes, you're speaking my language. I do that now.
It's like, oh, wow. Can I be settled with nothing?
Yeah.
Because start to realize that even having something positive on, is that me trying to calm myself?
Toxic positivity. You're trying so hard to be positive.
Yes. So I was like, okay, I'll just tell myself I have a 30-minute drive right now. Just be silent for 30 minutes. Hear what God has to say. You can speak to God. I can talk out loud. Just sing, because I'm a singer. I love to sing. Sing, maybe write some songs. I've written some great songs in the car. Just writing, because I'm not feeling like I always have to be putting something in. What can I listen to? And so I just think also, we talked about the 20 peaceful minutes of guided deep breathing or just laying on the ground. But even sometimes when you're just out for a walk, you don't always have to have your your AirPods in. When, just walk and hear the birds. Yes, hear the birds in the wind, just listen to that and just take deep breaths, and you don't have to have anything, So I think that's another thing. Try to get accustomed to also just being in silence sometime. Don't be afraid of just your own mind and what it has to say in the silence, and also what God might be trying to say to you if you would just be quiet for a minute.
Yeah. There's a meditation I like to do called the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it's 5 things that I forget the exact order because I switched it around. I know the first one is 5 things you can see. So that's a great way to pause and ground yourself and bring you back to earth and where you are, right? If you're at a park, for example, if you're just even in your room, you can do it. 5 things you see. I see the laptop. I see, my brush. I see the window. I see the door, 4 things that you can hear. I hear the birds chirping outside. I hear the sound of my own voice. You might hear the sound of someone breathing or someone cooking something, right? If you get quiet enough, you will hear 4 things. I know this is probably like, well, what if there's not? No, you might hear you're quiet enough. You can hear the refrigerator's engine running. Like you can hear 4 things. You may hear the sound of your own breath, like hitting your, Then I'll do 3 things that I can feel. So I feel my bum on the seat. I feel the ring on my finger. I feel my breath like hitting the top of my my lips or something like that, the air coming out of my nose. 2 things that you can I think it's smell. So if you really try hard, you can smell like something that you may have cooked, like some coffee or some tea or something that you may have cooked earlier. Not encouraging people to drink coffee, but I'm just giving you an example. And then you might smell something else. I don't know, smell your room. Or maybe the way, if you don't smell anything, then that's okay, but you tried. And then one thing that you can taste, and usually you can taste, whatever the last thing you ate is. That's like you're using all 5 senses and you're grounding yourself. After that exercise, I'll just do like 5 minutes of deep breaths, breathe in for 5, hold for 5, let go for 5, close my eyes. Imagine, you can also use your imagination. We did that as kids. Imagine that you are in I don't know, I love ancient Egyptian culture, hence some of my tattoos, right? Like I'll just imagine that I'm on top of a pyramid in ancient Egypt and just like be there and just deep breathe. Your body doesn't know the difference. If your mind is there, your body can think that you're there too. You know what I'm saying? So just be on a flying carpet. I've done that before. As crazy, as funny as that sounds, I'll imagine that I'm some version of Aladdin. I'm just on a flying carpet and I'm going over India and I'm going over Italy and I'm seeing all these beautiful cultures. And I've gotten the chills because it feels like I'm actually there. So you take advantage of your mind, use your imagination, be present. And then if you're stressed out, you don't even have to be here. You can be somewhere else.
That right there, it helped me. It calmed just what you just did. That's good.
All right, guys, thank you so much for checking out our video series, How to Heal Your Body and Mind, a Personalized Approach. Definitely make sure to check out the other half of this video by clicking the link in the description. It'll bring you over to Timotha's channel. Make sure to subscribe to her, show her some love. She has some amazing content. She's an amazing person. And if you would like to work with me, as promised, here is the discount code. This is the biggest discount I've actually ever offered, but I was really feeling inspired to just really help humanity now more than ever. Thank you guys so much again for checking out this content, and I hope you learned something from this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.